Hi, Adiola. Your team didn't win. You failed in school, you failed at marriage, you hate your work, and your work hates you. You joined a political party. But never a party when you're around, you jinxed it. Oh, child party is only 4 years. You know why you hated the other person so much? Well, you and half of the country. Well, not half. Because if it was half, you won't be here. Now you're waiting for the apocalypse, you're waiting for concentration camps. You're waiting for that. They told you this election was the most important one yet. Every election is important except your 5. Maybe you're a failure, but you haven't failed at everything just yet. Except if you're Asian. Then, no matter how much you win, there will always be a hole in your heart where your parents' love should have been. And if you really think about it, you're not the worst failure. Someone pumped billions of dollars into a campaign and they still lost. We can salvage something still. Let me tell you a story, which seems to be my thing, so I'll stick with it. There was once a man and his very naggy wife. This man had spent all his life chasing promises, and yet he waited for the biggest promise yet. An heir, a son. He badly wanted to be a father. The years passed, seasons came and went, but the promise did not. He was only a person. Take his wife who would laugh at the thought of children in their old age. The only good thing about waiting long for a child is everyone advises you to see each other harder and faster. He faltered and erred, but all in all, he waited. He believed his gift would come, even if it seemed impossible. And then the impossible happened. The child they were given. The man, now a father, was overjoyed. The boy, bright and full of life, grew under his watchful eyes. He was the light of the man's old age, the fulfillment of a dream too long deferred. The boy had become everything to him. His joy, his laughter. Though there was no more doubt in that laughter now. Only joy at the fulfillment of a promise. Oh, but you know the story. Then God, who gave the son, asks for it back, like a child who gives something but doesn't have the sense to know that he only gave it to you for his own image. A child who cannot understand giving, and so he borrowed you. But Abraham did not feel that way. And if he did, it didn't hinder him. He took his son up to the mountains and almost sacrificed it, knowing in his heart and saying, the Lord will provide. The Lord did provide. But there is no drama like the Lord's drama, and so in the last minute, he provided a ram in Isaac's stead. Abraham remained the father of Isaac and became the father of faith. And from his seed, he sired a nation, a fierce nation that fought and is still fighting till this day. God did promise him his children will be as the stars in the sky, which would have been scary if he lived in New York City. And so he deserved this name, the father of faith, as many of his children would know him by. For such a violent, faithful, some would say lunatic act he was ready to commit. But I don't think this was lunacy at all. If you found out that God was God and you believed him to be God, he is then the force of reality. And his instructions will be the voice of morality, right? If God asks you to destroy the world and he somehow gives you the power, you understand that he can do it himself, right? Are you going to stop him? Kill him and probably kill gravity, right? If you were philosophical, you begin to doubt your morality. If you were smart, you know that you can't be anything more than God in the positive. After all, he made you and everything you are comes from him. Nothing comes from nothing. You will be flawed. And if he's flawed, we're all screwed anyways. At least that's how it works in my head. Argue with me in the comment section. Let's talk about national unity. You people in the US seem to be having a problem right now. And it's interesting to watch. Unfortunately, you people seem to have two gods presently. You have different realities. Your words mean different things. You have a dictator on either side. There's a dictator on your side. No, there's a dictator on your side. They're shooting at orange man. They're shooting at black woman. She's not even black. People were killed at the rally. Oh, less voters. You're enacting. No, you're enacting. Why is a woman? Fascist. You're ugly. Your nose is weird. I think it's bigger than cult. I think it's that you have different gods because the first of your realities are different. Thanks to the internet, it has never been easier to make a cult. To be fair, there are cults that we cannot escape, like life. As I said in the video that I'm working on now, life is religious by nature. There is no proof. Why does life matter? Can you tell me? No, you can't. Why do we do this? You cannot tell me why. It is religious by nature. We believe in a sacredness. In fact, if you kill someone, you will be killed, executed for it. You could lose your life. And it's not that life matters, it's that human life matters, because only human life do we apply these laws to. It is a religious supposition that life matters. It's not a reasonable one. And so life being sacred like that is a religious thing we do. Oh, don't take it. Don't talk about this. There's a way we hold life. There always needs to be a God, an underlying God, a strong force of sacredness behind it. I go around a lot of spaces with Christians and Muslims. What? Except for the people that are like, you must serve my God. We have peace in our basic values. We believe the same things. Give to your neighbors, love one another. And so we get along just fine. Our gods are not that different in terms of values. So we get along just fine. But you guys, America, the great experiment, has managed in a situation which I will not say was not foreseen, to push your Overton window and create new gods basically. So now you live in different forces of reality. But there are cults we cannot escape, like life. There's always a them. We must fight against evil. When I was in university, it was a Christian university, and our chaplain, before exam, he told us the story of Phineas. He made us read it in the Bible. Oh, just that story where that man brings his woman that is not a Israelite into the camp, and they are sleeping together, and someone just, drives a spear through them. So he tells us this story, and he tells us he's making a company called Phineas Company, after Phineas, who drives the spear through this fornicating couple, and that if we catch anyone in exam, we should just write them down. We should be their reporters in school. Anyone cheating. University. Before the exam, told my friends that they better not cheat, because if I catch them cheating, I will drive a spear through them. I won't even report. I will just spear them. Unfortunately, I didn't catch anyone. That didn't happen. Let's talk about bad versus stupid. If we want national unity, you have to know if you're talking to an idiot who was indoctrinated, or if you're talking to an idiot that is evil. You have to know the difference between bad or stupid and evil. Let's look at 4 people: Joe Rogan, Bill Maher, Destiny, Amala Eknobi, and Matt Walsh. Joe Rogan has managed to toe the line between the left and the right, able to see both perspectives, which is what makes his fan base so big. But he talks like people are just ignorant. That's how he talks about things. And that's why he's able to bring such a wide cast of people. He talks about every issue, and he's not condemning people while doing it. Even Bill Maher, even though he's a left-leaning guy, he's able to see issues from time to time. Although I'll say there are some issues that his mind is close to, but his mind is open. He doesn't believe the other side is completely evil. As opposed to Destiny, a month or 2 ago, the first Trump assassination attempt was carried out. A brave firefighter, Corey, oh God, why even check, can I pronounce this? Corey Comparator. He was trying to protect his family and he got shot. Destiny was saying it's one less vote for Trump. So you can see how in his eyes the other side is evil, and so even their lives do not matter. Matt Walsh is someone that he's a Christian and he believes in the concept of evil. And you see that in his content where he's fighting like the other side is evil, where he's calling out what they are doing, like they are doing it purposefully, because believe it or not, There are actually people that carry out evil in the world. Last year, I think, Dan Movini did his bird wishing, and Matt Walsh had some words. Amala Eknobi, someone that has maybe they're just ignorant mindset. She came on and she disapproved of his methods. And the way she put it, she thought it would turn people off. She had once been someone on left, and then with the knowledge she had, she converted. That's what she said. So, and I'm not saying any of these approaches are wrong. That's the thing with power. Power is not about doing one thing. Well, it's about knowing when to provide different approaches. So you have to be able to recognize when someone is stupid and address the person. So
she has gone from the 25th weight percentile to the 3rd in 1 month. Now, I'm not a baby expert, but I'm pretty sure they're not supposed to shrink.
Well, there's this diet we put her on when she stopped breastfeeding.
But it's healthy. Raw food. We're vegans. Almond milk, tofu, vegetables.
Raw food. Only our ancestors had mastered the secret of fire. Babies need fat, proteins, calories. Starving babies is bad and illegal in many cultures.
Is she gonna be all right?
Maddie, she's doing better.
Thank God.
From now on, let's say you go with human food, okay?
Absolutely. Swear to God.
Rachel and Joel Kaplan,
Yes?
You're under arrest.
you're being charged with child endangerment.
What? How?
This is how Vogler's gonna destroy me?
What did he do? Grease your cane?
He had my patients arrested.
No, he didn't. I did. There was evidence of abuse. You took a big legal risk by not calling social services.
Those parents are not abusive, they're idiots.
when someone is ignorant, if you bring a way bigger weapon than is necessary, you're going to leave a lot of damage left behind. You're going to put people in the mindset of war. And when you approach people peacefully, when their intentions are not good, when they are evil, they tend to not be effective at all. It just will not work. So what is the real difference between stupid and evil? There's a passage in the Bible where the Pharisees, they are always after Jesus because Jesus, he tells them that he doesn't disturb himself over them. He's sitting with the prostitutes and the thieves because those people have no righteousness. As opposed to the Pharisees that are so self-righteous that they are full of righteousness themselves. He puts it like that. He's going after people that need saving. And so is their pride that gives them this righteousness. They are filled up. Nothing can come in again. And that's what makes an evil person. Is the pride. Is defense of yourself. You can be in a cult. Some cults we cannot escape like life. You have to have a golden principle. You're religious or suicidal, as I always say. But you need to hold on to this because you want to serve. Not because you're holding it for your own blind self-profiting, for you alone. That is pride. That is self-righteousness. Pride is the one thing, when you're filled up by yourself, you can't be filled up by anything else. So I think it's important that you have to watch for pride. Of course, there are other things you can watch out for. And so I think we give too much people credit. A lot of people are not evil masterminds, so I think they can be spoken to. Okay, great video. You guys should subscribe or you'll never see me again. Maybe. And please like this video. I am trying my best, believe it or not. So I will appreciate it if you like the video, like the video. If you're crazy, dislike the video. And if you have anything to say, comment. I would love to talk with you if you have something smart to say or anything at all. Do not be unequally yoked together with unbelievers, for what fellowship has righteousness with lawlessness, and what communion has light with darkness? America is a special country. The free world, the great experiment. You were formed on the belief of freedom, and now you're seeing freedom happening practically in real time. Because what if someone decided they want their ideology to be hating America as people have? What then? Freedom is not a perfect virtue, it's not. Most people chase freedom so they can choose chains that they like. I've read a lot of books, and my second favorite book has to be Gone with the Wind. Scarlett is a strong, independent narcissist, and so Rhett marries her because of this. But when she has children, she doesn't mature to step into that role. And it ends in the most romantic, disturbing, whirlwind way that broke my heart. You have to understand, you are towing a dangerous line. It is a great free man that must now settle down And America is the mother who must raise her children. It's a country after all. I like how the two parties, Republican and Democrats, show the two sides of, show the masculine side and the feminine side. The more masculine personalities like pursuit, brute strength, rigid, and feminine as imaginative and nurturing and empathy. And how sometimes we push this to the extremes. You must learn to treat the other half as your husband and wife, because children will come out of this union. It's a country after all. Children will not thrive on a narcissistic, independent, narcissistic traits that you have. There's a scripture in the Bible, you shouldn't be unequally yoked with unbelievers. But there are practical uses for this when you are raising children. The values are not going to drop from the sky. You live with all these people. All these people your children go to school with. Your children are the future after all. It's time to be practical. In the event that you do marry an unbeliever, then you have to sanctify the person as it says in the Bible. You manage it. You can't divorce half of the country. And you have brought this on yourself by being an independent country that has all manner of people. Freedom. You must learn to recognize evil, which is pride, and kill it or break it. No, broken people have a way of leaving their pride behind. But that which is strange or ignorant or different, you must learn to play the marriage game. Again, it's not like you can divorce half of the country. Wives may not have this word, but they know how to deal in poison. So don't tell her she looks fat in the dress. And raise daughters that will not combust on learning the truth that they indeed look fat in the dress. And compromise sometimes. And learn to see from the other person's point of view. You are married. And work as a team. And sometimes say sorry. Say I was wrong. The moment people don't think you're fighting with them, don't be aggressive when it's not a war. Don't fight with those that are not your enemies. Otherwise, they'll become your enemies. And slay your enemies or they'll contaminate the rest. Don't you know that blind hate is a contagious disease? You must learn to play the husband and wife game. And hopefully your divorce rate is not any indicator of how this will go. Am I too late to bet on an election? I'm not even American. You guys should not be betting on your election. It's a bit sinister. I can't. The rest of the world is just having fun watching you. You guys is just entertaining. And the reactions, so you guys are so touched, by the way. You just react to everything. I think I know who will win. In fact, I know who will win. The candidate that will win the election is... It's really hard to make these videos, especially in Nigeria. Since I was born almost 23 years ago, NEPA has still not figured out light. Right now, there isn't light. There hasn't been light for hours. How do I edit? Everything is so unsteady and it takes years to release a single video. Internet is not great, and I do it all by myself. And I'm not monetized yet. So, this is borrowed time. So, I have made a Patreon or whatever I made, which will be on the screen or in the description. If you really like these videos and you like to see more, please support this channel. I will appreciate it. My link is in the description and it will absolutely help me. And I'll try and figure out how I can make my Patreon interesting. Thank you.